Brian Mulroney's final journey involved a slow march through a snowstorm. The grandness of the moment, a stark contrast to his humble roots growing up in the paper mill town of Baie-Comeau, Quebec. But the arches of Notre Dame Cathedral were a welcome respite from the cold for hundreds who had gathered to offer condolences. It was a dramatic setting his family knew the former Prime Minister would appreciate.
My dad held an audience in the palm of his hand. Speeches were such a major part of his life that he told us that when it was his turn to go up to what he called that great political rally in the sky, he wanted us to bury him with his podium.
Mulroney was Canada's 18th Prime Minister. As a progressive conservative, Mulroney led the country for 9 years. At 28 years old, Jean Charest became a cabinet minister, the youngest in Canadian history, appointed by a man he calls a nation builder.
For all of us who served under him, MPs, ministers, political staff, organizers, and public servants who he respected highly, there was no other place that we would have wanted to be. Here, now, at this very moment, we live in a world that he helped shape.
Mulroney led the country between 1984 and 1993. In those years, he left an indelible mark on the world stage.
He was motivated by leadership, by getting the big things right. Big things like free trade, fighting to raise the standard of living for Canadians and for millions of people, first through the Canada-US FTA and then through NAFTA. Big things like standing up against apartheid in South Africa.
He denounced the racist policy and pushed allies such as Britain and the US to do the same. He was remembered for helping to free Nelson Mandela.
The day Nelson Mandela was released on February 11th, 1990, it was a great day for Brian Mulroney because it was the day he had hoped and pleaded for with the greatest conviction.
But the man who sparred with world leaders also challenged athletes, including the great one. At a dinner with Wayne Gretzky, Mulroney beamed with pride at the 1993 Stanley Cup win of the Montreal Canadiens over the Los Angeles Kings.
And then he goes, young man, remember 1993? That was a great victory for the Montreal Canadiens, right? And I said, sir, I was on the other team. That wasn't so great for me. He goes, no, but it was wonderful for the country. I go, okay, great, good for you.
Mulroney's funeral was woven together by music, a comfort for his wife Mila, their 4 children, and 16 grandchildren. One granddaughter sung his favorite song, fitting, because he didn't just inspire with words. Mulroney charmed world leaders with his baritone.
Sure they'd steal your heart away.
And for one last time,
We can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy.
his warm voice moved a nation gathered to remember a political giant.
And when Irish eyes are smiling.
Judy Trinh, CTV News, Ottawa.
Sure they steal your heart.